Hi guys, so welcome back to Kim's Kitchen Table Talk. So tonight we're making curry goat, which is one of my favorites, with green peppers, onions, and rutabaga. And if you don't know what a rutabaga is this lovely piece of vegetable here that tastes like a cabbage. It is delicious. So usually, you know, in New York, when we get our curry goat, we get it with a side of cabbage, a side of rice and stew peas, and then, you know, we get our Jamaican soda with it. So tonight I'm doing like a New York flavored with a little down home Georgia twist, because rutabaga is one of those type of vegetables. So as you can see, I'm cutting it up. It is kind of a coarse vegetable. It's like it is covered with like a plastic awning of it. So you try to get all of that off, guys, right? Once you do, it is delicious. Matter of fact, once this is done, you know that the dish is done. So, you know, rutabaga is the closest to the taste of cabbage to me. So then after that, after you finish cutting the you skin your rutabaga, right? Skin your rutabaga. You wash it off. Okay. And then you get a nice size green pepper. You get a nice size onion. That's so you're gonna have a nice size green pepper, nice size onion, which is already rinsed off. And I cut them coarsely because largely because I love to have and taste my vegetables. Matter of fact, sometimes I don't even slice them because I like to taste them big. But today, for Kim's Kitchen Table Talk, I'm gonna slice it. I'm gonna slice them up for you in coarse pieces with the onion. And guys, I don't know, some people like the seeds, but me, I don't like the seeds. So I make sure I rinse all of my seeds out, right? And I give it a coarse chop. No fancy smancy, no big deal. You know, if you want a lot in it, then you just go over it, right? But I love green pepper, love, love, love. It so makes your curry taste delicious. So as you can see, there's no fancy smancy way of doing it. It's just get it cut, because the bigger the better for your green peppers, because I love to taste them. They smell so delicious, like you can eat them right now. Let me get back to that rutabaga for you, which could be costly and hard to cut. So you're gonna have to put some pressure on that knife. You have to put some pressure on that knife, and you're really gonna have to like cut it down, slice it. You're gonna have to like put some pressure on your knife, cut it down, slice it. I usually slice it like that. It almost looks like a melon. I usually slice it like that many times as I can go to a round circle, guys. And I do it is to where I'm gonna make them into like, again, I like my vegetables to be like coarsely big. I want to be able to taste my vegetables. I don't want to have all of my vegetables melt. So I like them to be kind of big so you can taste them. Like I would leave it like this if other people weren't doing it with me or eating it with me. So you just cut them down, guys, and it smells good and they're fresh and they're good for you. Not too many people cook with rutabaga. It's like a secret fruit. I mean, listen to me, guys. Kim's Kitchen Table Talk. This is like a secret vegetable. Like if you never had it before, this is how you cook it. And usually you can put it in a pot with some black pepper and salt if you're cooking it by itself. Some people add a little bacon and it tastes like cabbage. Okay, we're almost done with the rutabaga. Right, guys? And take your time with it, and like I said, bigger the better. And try not to keep none of the peeling, because of course I said it has like a wax texture around it, what makes it really hard, but we're through it. So right? So that's my rutabaga. And then, guys, so you got your rutabaga and you got your green pepper. And then I'm going to take one large onion. I'm gonna take one large onion and I'm gonna chop it coarse too. Because of course, I love to taste my onions, right? And this dish is so easy that you can just do it overnight. So I am actually preparing this meal for tomorrow. It's gonna be in my crock pot, smelling up my house like a Jamaican restaurant in Flatbush, Brooklyn. That's what it's gonna taste like. So again, so we have all those things, right? And then, guys, I'll take some bay leaves. Bay leaves are really good for any Jamaican dish. And you can take as many as you want. They smell really good. They taste really good, but not so much as to eat, just to season. But I find people suck on them and get all the gravy out of them once it's done. Okay, and now we have our pot here. So this is my crock pot, and I love it to be really hot, right? And then once it gets hot, and if you can see, I took some of this yummy garlic that's already prepared. It's already prepared for you, and I squish it in the pot. And then after I do that, I put some grease in the pot, some oil to coat and roast my curry. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna coat and roast my curry. So I would take 2 caps of grease just to line the pan, not too much grease. So if you look inside, guys, it's just enough grease to coat the bottom of the pan, right? And then after I do that, look, you don't have to be shy when it comes down to curry. Curry is a type of spice, and this one is hot and spicy. Maybe I'll get the other one because it says very hot and spicy. And see, if you open it and it tickles your nose, that means it's gonna be very hot. So if you like very hot, then use this one. If you don't, like, I like my kids to be able to eat with me, so let's move on and get the other one. So then I take a little bit of thyme. And again, you can be hairy on the thyme because thyme is leaves and they are delicious. And then I take my bay leaves and my onions. Now, well, I'm not gonna really take my bay leaves and my onions. I take a little bit of Larry seasoning, not too much because the Larry seasoning could be kind of salty, right? And then I'll take a little black pepper. I would say the black pepper is like a teaspoon of black pepper, right? And then, yes, this bayada is very good. And not only is it good, it has mild curry, but as you can see, it's the same yellow color. Or you can use your curry povolo. And your curry povolo is also, it's a little spicier than this one. Whichever way it goes, curry, I'm using all of it, right? Because this is just how much I need to roast the amount of meat that I have. So I'm gonna go in, guys, with all the curry. Can you see that? I'm actually seasoning my pot. I'm actually gonna season my pot. And when I season my pot, you can smell all that aroma going on. And you let that sit, and you put a top over it, and let it roast. And then we're gonna move over to the curry goat itself, which is in the sink. We're gonna go season up that curry goat in the sink, which I have started. So with the curry goat, I like to hit it with some paprika. Paprika is sweet. It gives it that Caribbean taste, right? And then I like to hit it with some Larry seasoning, which is salty, right, guys? So I don't want it to be too salty, so I just like look at the cap and do like just the bottom of the cap full of it, just to give it some seasoning. And then I love black pepper. But if you wanna measure it, you can just like take a little. You take a little black pepper, and you put it over everything here, which is really good. And then I'm going to hit it with some more curry powder because I love my curry to be thick. And for some reason, this helps it be really thick because it's seasoned. And you know your pot is seasoning. And you give it a little whisk. And you give it a little whisk to make sure that your food, your curry, all of them are kissed up, seasoned, and took a bath together. Okay, we're gonna move it back over and put it back on the stick. Okay, so guys, while the curry is roasting, so you see the curry has like did the juice, it's like marrying the juice, and it's like marrying the garlic, and my grease, it's like it sucked the grease up because it's like it's roasting it. It's like seasoning your pot. So I like my curry to be evened out when I go to put my meat, and it's like, okay guys, you can see it turns into a paste already. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pieces of goat and I'm gonna lay it down. Usually I lay it down on the meaty parts, or you can use the bony parts, and I'm gonna lay it down in there and let it marry. And you can put it on the fat parts too, because those give you some good juices. So to put it on the fat part. And then you just lay it on a curry while it's roasting. It is so delicious, guys. It takes around, I would say this takes around 10 hours to be like really, really good and marinated and you know, but it doesn't really take that long, guys. It takes around 4 hours if you do it on the stove. It takes around 8 if you do it in like a roaster like this. But my thing is, I'll cook mine overnight in my crock pot overnight on medium heat, and use some of that juice from your seasonings, guys. And don't forget to use all your curry, right? And then after you do that, okay, so you want to go in with your vegetables. So here is my onion, my full onion, and my bay leaves, which your bay leaves soak up so much of the seasoning, okay? And then, guys, I'm going to go in with my rutabaga and my green pepper. And that looks like just a mixture. And it actually buries the meat and lets the meat roast. It lets the meat roast inside. And then I'm gonna hit it again. When I say hit it, I'm gonna put a little more Larry seasoning, not too much. I'm gonna put a little more thyme, not too much. Well, thyme doesn't really have a taste, and then the taste it does have is wonderful. I'm gonna put a little more black pepper. If you want it hot, then you put more black pepper. But I'm just gonna give it, just to like seasoning your vegetables, like you would do a lasagna. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a little more curry because I like my vegetables to turn the same color as my meat, and it tastes the same way. So, and that's it, guys. And then you just let this lovely delicacy Jamaican dish, curry goats, Kim's Way in Kim's Kitchen, you let it sit. And you will smell when you have to turn it. And even if you want to take a little squeezy garlic and give it a little squeezy, because you know garlic is good. We don't need no more oil for this. We need nothing else for this. And there you have your curry goat. I wouldn't even turn it until you start roasting. Okay, guys, we'll come back. Kim's Kitchen Table Talk, curry goat on deck. Okay, guys, so welcome back to Kim's Kitchen Table Talk. So as you can see, I added some baby carrots in, and it is well roasted now. Like, I let it sit for like a half an hour to an hour, but I will let it sit more than that. I just like my meat to get roasted at the bottom, so I'll just give it like a little push, you know, and leave your meat at the bottom so it can cook. That's what I usually do. I leave my meat at the bottom so it can roast and it can cook. And just, you know, tomorrow morning, this will be done.